Hello guys, so this video is basically about how to deploy the late days API that I made and also how to use it. Firstly, we need to set up the when it comes to a new server, we need to set up the database, and in order to do that, we can use docker compose up this command to set up the database, and we can actually see from the desktop app that it is running right now, showing right here. And so yeah, the next thing we're gonna do is to set up the database. I mean to create the table and database and etc. In order to do that, we're gonna use makefile, and there's like a shortcut right here. So we're gonna make migrate up, and the database is set up fine. And then I think what we need to do is use air to set up the server. Actually here, let me stop this. So here we're gonna use air to set up this server, and we can see that the server is now running at 8080 port, and this can be configured right here, and also the database address can also be configured as well. And after you set up the backend server, you can actually go to this URL to see basically how the API is look like. For example, here we have 3 endpoints for the late days API. The first one is to create a late days for student, and the parameter right here is that how many days the student has for the late days, and also the student's ID. This is the net ID and also the email. And another one is to for the student to get their late days. For example, here this is like a RESTful API, and for example, for me, my student net ID is banghao2, and I'm gonna type my student ID here, and we can get the late days model back. So in the front end, we're gonna just fetch this days value and present it on our front end. And the last one is so basically we have several MPs, right? And after each MP, we're gonna update the late days value based on the late days that student used. So this is like the endpoint for that. So here I also write a script in the script folder. So it basically it's gonna let me show you right here. So let me Python run this, and this script basically is gonna take the mp0 CSV file, which I downloaded from Slack degrading sheet. This is like the grading sheet for mp0, and I just download the latest version of it. And so the script is gonna insert all the for example, the name, the net ID, and also the email, and also the late days right here 0. And this is like the late days they used. So in the script, we're gonna use that to use total late days 3 minus that to get the late days they still have, and we're gonna store this value to the database. And after that, we can actually see let me refresh here. So we can see there like all the data is inserted into the database, and we can also, for example, here there's like let me show you how the three functionality that I implemented. The first one is post. So for example, here I'm gonna post my me as an example here. So the student ID is banghao2, and student email is banghao2 at illinois.edu, and this is the days that I still have, the late days that I still have. So for example, here I'm gonna post this to create the late day model, and if we send it right now, this is gonna return what we have successfully uploaded to the backend and also the database. So we can see that it is now correctly inserted into the database. It's right here. And so about how to get it, we can use, let me copy paste this URL right here. So as for we're gonna in the front end, we're gonna let students to type in what's their net ID, and if they type in the value, it's gonna get the days that they still have, and we're gonna just use this API to demonstrate the the late days that they still have in the front end. And as for the patch, also the update endpoint, we can, so for example here, we can see that my late days has 0 days left. So if we want to modify that, then we can just simply use this patch request, and also we're gonna specify what value, what key, what values, I mean, what value we're gonna change for which key. And after we send that, we can see that the days now has been changed from 0 to 2. This can also be verified here. So for example here, this is the result last time, and if we send it right now, we can see that it's updated, and this can also be shown in the database. So I just refresh it, and this becomes 2. Yes, and this is basically much about it, but there are still some places that I want to improve. For example here, I didn't implement any authentication method. For example here, I use Postman to update and also to create a sample and insert it into the database, but I haven't implemented any authentication method. It can be trivial, it can be non-trivial, I don't know, but I think that depends on how much time I have. And yeah, so that's basically about it. So this is actually, so I heard on today's meeting that RSG once says that the late days, the way that students know how many late days they have, is like kind of break the rules. And I mean, they just go on to the shared doc, and they can see everyone's late day, which is not very good. So I think we can start from here. This is like a good start. And if you guys have any ideas, you can also share in the Slack. And yeah.